The Neighbor Who Saved a Mother and Her Kids. Hello friends. Welcome. I am going to start today's story with a question. What does it mean to be your brother's keeper? Some believe that it is no one's duty to guard or watch over their neighbor. But you will agree with me that it can be far more peaceful to live among neighbors that like and respect each other. Good neighbors watch out for each other and their properties. Linda and her husband Joe, together with their 2 sons, lived in a nice house in an affluent part of town. Joe was into insurance and Linda was a stay-home mom. Their kids went to private school. On the outside, this was a beautiful family. But all was not well with this family. Joe had a terrible drinking habit and it was getting to tipping point. Whenever he was drunk, he would abuse his wife. Linda had reported him to the police several times. As it only kept getting worse, he was asked to move out of the house. Joe would however come around every week under the pretext of wanting to visit the kids. He would always arrive angry and very drunk. He would come when the kids were asleep, banging hard on the door, eat whatever food was in the kitchen, abuse Linda sexually, and then leave. Linda was mostly worried about the neighbors. She was afraid they would hear. Moreover, she did not want the kids to see their dad like that, so each time, she would open the door for him and suffer the same abuse, repeatedly. One night, he came early. The kids were still awake, and he was drunk as usual. When Linda registered her displeasure, a heated argument ensued. Michael, their neighbor, was standing in his balcony and could see and hear everything that was going on in his neighbor's kitchen. It was the usual shouting and breaking of dishes. None of the other neighbors bothered to intervene because they were all fed up. Anytime they intervened and called the police, they would see the couple holding hands the very next morning. However, today was different. Joe was slapping her around. The children kept crying and saying, "Leave my mommy alone." After about 20 or so minutes, things seemed to have quietened down. The kids were no more screaming, and Linda could no more be heard. The sudden silence bothered neighbor Michael. He knew it was none of his business, but Linda had always been so good to him, he didn't want anything bad to happen to her. He was a good Christian gentleman, and he hated how Linda's husband treated her. So, he moved close to their kitchen window and peeked. There were scattered dishes all over the floor. Linda and the kids were nowhere in sight. He moved over to the living room window. The TV was on the floor, toys scattered all around. Still, Linda and the kids were nowhere to be found. Something about the quietness was very unsettling for Michael. Could they be upstairs? How was Mike going to get upstairs? As he crouched and contemplated his next move, Joe descended the stairs sweating and looking confused. He dashed to the kitchen, grabbed a boning knife, then to the basement. He emerged minutes later with a saw and garbage bags. He started up the stairs, stopped and sat, running his hand through his hair. He came back down, sat at the foot of the stairs and seemed lost in thought. Michael immediately knew he was deciding on doing something sinister. Michael knew it was a race against time. He had to find Linda and the kids and find them fast. Just as Michael tried to find a way to climb up to the nearest bedroom window, he saw the window open and 2 tiny legs emerge. He soon realizes Linda is trying to throw down one of her sons. Mike caught the child's fall. As Linda looked down to see if the boy was okay, she saw Mike. With tears in her eyes, she looked petrified. She quickly threw down the second child. Michael could hear Joe stomping up the stairs. Mike signaled for Linda to jump quickly. She did and landed awkwardly on top of him. She dislocated her shoulder. But they all made it safe into Mike's apartment, where he called the police to arrest Joe. None of the children were injured from the fall. And Michael is hailed a neighborhood hero. During Joe's trial, it was revealed that, on the day of the incident, Joe had been served divorce letters by Linda's lawyers. Terribly upset by this, Joe came to the house that evening to confront Linda. When he realized she was determined to leave him, he decided to kill her and the kids. He tied Linda and the kids by their hands and feet in one of the bedrooms. He came downstairs to fetch the knife and the garbage bags to finish them off. Linda managed to break free. That was when she tried to throw the kids out the window. She knew the window was high, but falling was better than the fate that would befall them if Joe had returned upstairs. She believes Michael was God sent, appearing beneath the window when he did. Now let me ask you, what kind of relationship do you share with your neighbors? Would they help you out of a tough situation? How sure are you of this? That is food for thought. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for many more interesting life stories on this channel.